Yo, what's going on, guys? Matthew V. Haynes here, aka the Clockmaster. Today, we're going to be talking about Black Widow and the possibility of it moving to Disney Plus. Now, this isn't confirmed or anything. This is based on an article I read from comicbook.com. You guys can feel free to read that whole article. I'm not going to read that whole article today, but I'm just going to take the subject from the article and we're going to elaborate on that today. So, there's a big time Disney investor who's urging the company to move Black Widow to streaming. So the name of this investor is Dan Loeb. He apparently he's a fund manager and has roughly a $1 billion stake at the company right now. And he says high profile films like Black Widow would attract new subscribers to Disney Plus while retaining current customers. And he also said this: what Netflix has is this immense subscriber base that allows it to invest in an enormous amount of content and amortize that to get more subscribers. This is what Loeb told Variety. Disney isn't there yet, but they need to get there as quickly as possible. If they don't get critical mass in their subscriber base, they will be permanently disadvantaged versus Netflix. So he's talking about understanding, and also Bob Chapek, the CEO of Disney, is also talking about the relationship that the company has with the movie theaters and the experience that people get with going to theaters. Now, I'm going to share my opinion on this entire thing about the whole idea. I've said this up since the beginning. I think Black Widow should have already been on Disney Plus, but people are saying, no, it shouldn't be on streaming because of Mulan and the $30 price tag. Now, that is in my opinion, I think actually that's the reason why Mulan didn't do so well. And there's other factors as to why Mulan didn't do so well. One, not everybody really because like people keep using Mulan as a gauge to judge whether or not it's going to be advantageous to have a movie like Black Widow or something on Disney Plus. It doesn't make sense because one, not everybody really wanted Mulan. Not everybody really wanted a live action remake or a live action retelling of the original story or of the Disney movie at all. Not a lot of people really wanted that. Okay, and then there was also the controversy over in Hong Kong and China with the main actress and some of the comments that she made. So there was also controversy with that, which really greatly impacted the success of that movie. And then also there was that $30 price tag. 2 additional subscribers, so people who already had Disney Plus had to pay an additional $30, and those who didn't even have Disney Plus, they had to sign up to the website for the $7 or $12 to get the bundle or get it through their ISP or something like that, and then they have to pay an extra $30 for a movie that wasn't really looking too good to begin with. So I don't think that should be a proper gauge or evaluation as to whether or not Black Widow would succeed on the streaming platform. You look at a movie like Black Widow, it's already in the MCU, right? Big franchise, huge fan base, tons of fans, millions of fans, right? All over the world. Now, what Disney is doing with Soul, they're putting it on Disney Plus for current subscribers. So all you have to do is become a subscriber, whether it's the $5 or $6 that you have to pay to sign up, and then you get to watch Soul not for free, but you basically get to watch Soul on the platform. Great. A lot of people are looking forward to Soul, including myself. The hype for Soul is there. People are excited to see it. They want to see the movie. There's already a lot of people who are going to sign up and have signed up already on Disney Plus to watch Soul. Now, if that's Soul, you look at a movie, as I mentioned, a big movie, blockbuster in the franchise like Black Widow within the MCU. You put that on there's going to be, just like what this investor is saying, it's very true. You're going to have a lot more subscribers, even if it's temporary. You're going to have people who are already subscribed. There's already people who are going to sign up for WandaVision. That's already a bet. So if they're signing up if they timed it right and placed it right, they're signing up for Black Widow. I believe the movie would do, I feel like it would do a lot better right now, since movie theaters are closing. Regals is all over the country in the world has shut down. AMC is still open, but I feel like they might follow very soon. And even though they're open right now, AMC is struggling because they're open and a lot of people aren't going back out to the theaters. I have not been back out to the theaters. The last time I was out in the theaters was back in February. So I have not even touched or been near a theater, literally near a theater, since this whole pandemic touched down in the United States. I have not been in the theaters. I love going to the movies. I love spending my time at the movies, and it's really good to be in the movies and get that immersive experience, the recliners, the popcorn, the big screen, the loud sounds. It's an experience, right? It's a luxury for most people. But this is not the time for it right now. And pushing things and extending things, yes, I understand that that's also, you know, they're afraid that they may not make as much money on streaming as they would in the box office, and there is some good points with that, yes, because but you got to look at it. You have the big market shut down right now, like New York, you got LA, you got Texas. A lot of the big spots are kind of movie theaters have been slow in those big hotspot areas, and so that's affecting the movie. And so I honestly think, since there's a lot more people at home right now, right, most people, it's not that expensive if they have the space. If they live in an apartment, they can still do this. A lot of people can, and you can make something fun out of it. But go buy a projector if you're a movie person. Go buy a projector. They range anywhere from like $100 to $500 or more, depending on the type of projector you get. Get a projector. You can invest in that if you're a big cinephile and you want to have a sort of a theater experience. Buy a mini projector, or not even mini, just buy a projector. Get your phone, get your computer, whatever it is that you use to hook up your movies to. Get some nice speakers if you already don't have them connected to that. Turn off the lights in your living room. This can work in an apartment. You and the family can sit up around the couch. Find an empty side of the wall. If you got a picture on the wall, take the wall down. Shine it up on the wall. Sit back and enjoy the movie. If you're in the backyard, you got your own home, you can go to your backyard. Set up a big sheet if you want to, and in your backyard, and set up that projector and watch the movie, sort of like a drive-out experience. And that would have worked a lot more in the summer. Now that it's winter, it's fall, and it's about to be wintertime soon. It's not really going to work out as much. But if you want that theater experience, there's something you can do, and it can be fun for the family. If you got kids, it can be fun for your kids. But I think right now, Black Widow, especially a movie like Black Widow, you say right now, if Disney would have come out and say Black Widow is going to be on Disney Plus for streaming, no additional costs, right? They do that. A lot of people are more likely to sign up instead of having maybe 20 million people sign up and then have 10 million people pay for the premiere access. You might have 40 million people that sign up. That's a really, really high number, but really high number. But let's just say 40 million people signs up, joins the streaming platform, and now you have all of that additional money right there. So you may not make as much as you put into the movie. You might come close to it, right? But at least you're making a good enough profit. You're going to expand your fan base. You're going to expand your clientele. And since Disney now announced that they're going to be spending more of their time making stuff for streaming for Disney Plus, like Netflix and Amazon Prime, this is a great segue into doing that. And also, by putting Black Widow on Disney Plus, you now have people who might stay for WandaVision. You're gonna have people who are gonna stay for Falcon and Winter Soldier. You're gonna have people who want to stay for Miss Marvel, stay for She-Hulk, stay for all those other stuff. And if you put some of the other movies on there, then that's great, because you're now the market is changing. The way how business is done in this country and in the world is changing right now, and moving more to digital seems to be more of a better option for a lot of companies. Obviously, it will hurt the theater industry, and it will hurt that business unless the theater industry changes their structure. Because what they can also do too, I feel a great way to if the theater companies restructure themselves, they tried doing, like AMC tried doing the on-demand service kind of thing, right? It was cool. Some people did it. The other people would just go onto Google Play or the App Store, the iTunes Store, the Apple Store, or they might go onto like Amazon Prime Video or something like that. And there's also a risk of torrenting and people getting stuff, streaming it online for free. So there's also a major risk in that too, and I get that as well, which is why a lot of companies don't want to do that. There's the fear in piracy, there's the fear in streaming, there's the fear in torrenting, there's the fear in just legal distribution, there's just the fear in all kinds of areas. And there's also a really huge debate between whether streaming or downloading something is illegal. That's a whole different debate right now online. It's been like that for a long time, but there are different options out there. So I understand as a company, as a corporation, why that can be concerning. And I was planning on making another video about this to talk specifically about whether or not it's good. But what I think could work too for theaters, and I should really save this for my next video, but what I think will work for theaters is if they really want to help the theater business, at least during this time, you can have the exclusive streaming rights on AMC's app. Hire proper app developers to make an app that you can download on the Fire Stick. Maybe Amazon might not like that because they might want to rent their movie. So maybe you might have a market with like the new Google Chromecast that just came out. I just got it myself. The new Google Chromecast that just came out. Chromecast with Google TV. You can make an arrangement with them. You can make an exclusive arrangement with Roku and some other things like that. So you can have an app. Regal and AMC have an app, and you can have exclusively the distribution rights for AMC and for Regal and for those apps, so that if you only want to watch the movie, you have to rent it through AMC or through Regal. Now that might cause some debate with people. People might not like that, and I could already see people in the comments chattering right now. Oh my god, nasty. Did you know the legal infrastructure of distribution? And I understand all that. It's not as easy as I'm making it out to be, but I'm just laying out an idea, okay? So it's something that I can see working. Obviously the logistics of it will be different, and it's not as easy as it sounds, but it is possible. It is a possibility to do that. So anyway, back to the subject of Black Widow. I think it will honestly be a good idea if they did this, put Black Widow on Disney Plus. I've been saying it for months now, but the company, I guess they're just trying to right now it has not been removed from the roster, I think. No, actually no, it's been pushed back. It's been delayed. My bad. It's been delayed until next year, I believe. So a whole year later, man, like, it's crazy. So you guys let me know your thoughts. Right now it's stated for May 7th 2021. You guys let me know your thoughts in the comments about this subject, and I want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts on this. Do you agree with me? Do you disagree with me, and why? And yeah, let's go with it. We'll talk about it in the comment section. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one. Clockmaster out.